Jain friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA DIALOGUES English. It does not come from this willingness to die is Captagon. That's what I'm saying. So they say that, oh, they are mujahideen and they're very brave. No, they're drug addicts. He will give you a scientific explanation. That is how. Religion is something that you have, one thing is faith and one thing is reason. And in India, they go side by side. Jain friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA DIALOGUES English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, especially those friends who watch our videos but do not subscribe. I would request you to please subscribe and press the bell icon so that we can keep on getting, good content for you, creating good content for you and bringing it to your mobile phones, your laptops, your iPads or your television sets, wherever you watch this program. So we start the day with Dashera greetings to all of you. Today is the day when they say, evil was defeated by good. Prabhu Shri Ram, he killed the demon king Ravan, and today good triumphed over evil. It's a very, very big day for Hindus, and today I would like to share this joy with our Jew brothers and sisters, for our brothers and sisters in Israel. Today is the day when victory over evil was achieved. What today Israel is fighting is a fight for honor, a fight for the right to exist as a people, exist as a state. And today, on the day of Vijay Dashmi, Dashera, I wish my Jew brothers and sisters, I wish our Israeli brothers and sisters victory. As they say in Sanskrit, Vijay Bhava, may victory be yours always and every time. Now, we have interesting stuff coming in from Israel, and now it is, the Jerusalem Post. There is a recent report in the Jerusalem Post that the terrorists who had attacked Israel on 9th of October were actually consuming a drug called Captagon. Captagon is supposed to be the cocaine for the poor, is the poor man's cocaine. And you know what Captagon does? It's funny. Captagon will block certain systems of your mind. You don't get tired after having Captagon, number one. Number two, there is no sense of moral right and wrong. Not that Hamas needs Captagon to switch off those, moral nodes in the head or in the heart. They are without morals anyway, the Hamas. But what it does is it cuts off that thing in the brain that tells you that this is the difference between right and wrong. So once you have Captagon, you don't mind shooting 2-year-old babies. You don't mind burning them. You don't mind raping women. You don't mind doing all of that because your brain is gone absolutely. And this is what they've been feeding the Hamas terrorists. And thirdly, you don't get tired. You can go on for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days without getting tired. So all these Hamas guys, they popped the Captagon pill and they attacked Israel. Now, a little brief about these Captagon pills. They were found in the possession of many Hamas terrorists who were killed in Israel. The drug, often referred to as the cocaine for the poor, is believed to have been potentially contributed to the terrorists' ability to commit acts with a sense of calmness and indifference. Now, this says in 2015, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, very important. In 2015, Captagon attracted attention when it was revealed that the Islamic State fighters used it to elevate fear prior to carrying out terrorist activities. Now, Islamic State terrorists, they would have Captagon. Captagon would make them absolutely fearless because they were not fearless, they were cowards. And then they could attack with impunity, and people said, oh, they are so brave. No, not brave, drugged out. The drug addicts, the Islamic State guys. Even Hamas, full of drug addicts. So what do these guys do? They have Captagon, the Islamic State guys, and then they attack. Then they're not afraid to die. That is how they produce suicide bombers. Give them 2-3 pills of Captagon, and everybody is flying high, absolutely ready to die. That is where this bravery comes from. It comes from chemicals. It does not come from jazba-e-mani. It does not come from this willingness to die is Captagon. That's what I'm saying, So they say that, oh, they are mujahideen and they're very brave. No, they're drug addicts. It's chemicals. It's not bravery. Okay. Now, 2 years back, there was an investigation by the New York Times. Listen to this very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Times, it revealed that individuals associated with Syrian dictator Bashar Assad, including family members, had established a thriving industry of Captagon production. With the involvement of Hezbollah, the industry was overseen by Assad's brother and is still overseen today also by Assad's brother, and thrives amidst the devastation of the ongoing civil war that has plagued Syria for more than a decade. So the military dictator of Syria, his brother looks after this drug production and the drug distribution. It says that attempts have been made to smuggle drugs into Kuwait, Dubai, among other places and countries. In 2021, 2 years back, 2021, Kuwait authorities seized 9 million of these pills. The reach of the drugs extends beyond Saudi Arabia with substantial seizures of Captagon reported in Italy, Malaysia, Greece and Egypt. In Jordan, it is readily available at low prices. Last year alone, 2022, 250 million pills. For Indians, 2.5 crore pills, all right, tablets, were intercepted from being smuggled, which means that billions would have been smuggled worldwide. This is how narco terror works, ladies and gentlemen. Now you'll ask, Lebanon is broke, it doesn't have money. Palestine is broke. Now, where is this money coming from? People, terrorists have to be fed, they have to be clothed, they have to be paid, they have to have weapons. Hamas is firing thousands of rockets. Yes, Iran is giving them money. Yes, Iran has got oil money. There are sanctions, but yeah, it smuggles oil and all that. So where is this money coming from? At the end of the day, where in God's name is this money coming from? This is exactly what I've been telling you about the Khalistanis. You see, Khalistanis, stupid as they may be, Khalistanis are brilliant at drug smuggling. That's what they do best. This is narco terror money, ladies and gentlemen. This Captagon thing is essentially narco terrorism. So this is what is happening, and I just thought I'll bring it to your notice as to what is happening. Now, Israel has struck 2 Hezbollah cells in border areas of Israel and Lebanon. And Israel Defense Forces claim that its aircraft struck 2 Hezbollah cells in Lebanon on Monday. October 23rd. Today is Tuesday. So on Monday they struck that. They were planning to launch anti-tank missiles and rockets towards Israel. And Lebanon state-run news agency NNA reported Israeli airstrikes on the southern outskirts of Itarun in South Lebanon. Hezbollah claimed that one of its fighters was killed, a toll contradictory to IDF. Hezbollah is obviously lying, they always do. And now Israel has launched Iron Sting, ladies and gentlemen. What is Iron Sting? Iron Sting is a mortar bomb. Now, I have fired mortars also in the army, and what I fired was 81 mm, which is typical infantry battalion issue. So you have the mortar platoon in the infantry battalion, and they have these mortars, 81 mm. So they are top loading, you load them from the top, and then they take off and all. You also have smaller mortars, earlier called 51 mm or 2-inch mortars, etc. So, but the biggest I have fired is 81 mm. I haven't fired bigger than that. Now, what Israel is doing is that they have these smart GPS guided mortar shells. So once they take off, they are GPS guided and they can hit exactly where they are, they're aimed, and they can land exactly there. And also the distance is between 1 kilometer to 11 kilometers. So Iron Sting is something that I think the Indian army should get in touch with the Israeli army to have. It's a wonderful weapon system, whatever little I've read about it. And it bears, further trials in India. At least we should do that. Former US President Barack Obama has said that, Israel needs to take it easy, and any Israeli military strategy that ignores the human costs could ultimately backfire. Obama, in a rare comment by a former US president on a foreign policy crisis, issued a written statement. Any Israeli military strategy that ignores the human cost could ultimately backfire. Already thousands of Palestinians have been killed in the bombing of Gaza, many of them children. Hundreds of thousands have been forced for their homes. He said in a statement posted on social media. I think Obama is a hypocrite. Obama is the president who ordered surges in US troops in Iraq and in Afghanistan. Obama was responsible for thousands of drone strikes which killed thousands of innocent Muslim children. And I'm saying Muslim children because they were Muslim children. These were carried out in most part of the Muslim world. But the countries that saw the maximum shock of these drone strikes, Afghanistan and tribal Pakistan. Of course, Iraq, of course, Syria, of course, other places. I'm not saying no, but I'm saying the maximum impact was felt in Afghanistan, and they really went hammer and tongs. The Pakistani government was complicit. They took money from the Americans, provided drone bases. I don't know how many innocent Pakistani kids were killed and how many wedding parties were wiped out, how many families were wiped out because Obama ordered drone strikes. Now, I'm saying that, what are the moral implications of what Israel is doing is not for me to judge. But it's not for Barack Obama to judge either. Because this guy, he's responsible for the death of thousands of people as the US president. And then this guy has the gall and the cheek to walk up and accept the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. Barack Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize and has on his hands the blood, of thousands of innocents. But the US can do it. If you do a 9/11 in US, the US has every right to invade wrong countries. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Iraq was absolutely destroyed. No problem. Afghanistan had nothing to do, except they were sheltering Osama bin Laden. That could have been sorted out separately. No Afghan national was involved in 9/11. But entire countries were punished. Entire countries were wiped out. Millions of people were displaced. And that is absolutely fine. For that, the President of the United States will get a Nobel Peace Prize. All right? But if Israel exercises its legitimate rights to carry out anti-terror operations, Israel is wrong. He's worried about Palestinian babies. I'm worried about Palestinian babies, but I'm also worried about Israeli babies. I'm equally worried about everybody. Now, did Barack Obama sign a long statement on social media that I hereby condemn what Hamas has done? I hereby condemn what Iran has done. I hereby condemn what Hezbollah has done. I hereby condemn, these half a dozen or 1 dozen Muslim countries that are supporting Hamas. He did not do that. What he's doing is, he's condemning Israeli actions. Therefore, I call Barack Obama a hypocrite. In another news from Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, 77 flights were cancelled. Pakistan International Airlines, the full form of PIA, is interchangeably, PIA, Pakistan International Airlines. Sometimes people say it as please inform Allah, because only God is your savior if you fly PIA. And there were 4 international flights on that day. All were cancelled because Pakistan State Oil, PSO, which gives the carrier its fuel supply, they cancelled their delivery. They said that these guys are not paying us. They're taking oil free of cost and we are not going to pay them. So Pakistani State Oil, PSO, refused to give oil to Pakistan International Airlines, and they said that these guys take oil, they don't pay. They're in the habit of, only taking and not giving anything in return. Typical Pakistani. After all, it's Pakistan International Airlines. So Pakistan State Oil said we are not giving them any oil. Now this has upset PIA, but PIA is grounded for the now. And a lot of people, they're saying the PIA Senior Staff Association General Secretary Safdar Anjum has said that airline is being destroyed under a planned conspiracy. Apparently, the CEO is a guy called Air Vice Marshal Muhammad Amir Hayat. No surprises there. In Pakistan, the only people who are assumed to be of any competence are Fajis or, Army, Navy, Air Force people. The rest of the civilians are bloody civilians and they don't matter. So this is why Pakistan is in such a mess. And he says there is a conspiracy. Safdar Anjum, who's the General Secretary of the PIA Senior Staff Association. No, Mr. Safdar Anjum, there is no planned conspiracy. You are incompetent. Your country is incompetent. Your Air Marshal is incompetent. And your entire PIA team is incompetent. Your pilots have fake licenses. When Imran Khan was Prime Minister, it was said in the floor of Pakistan's Parliament, your National Assembly, that most of your pilots have fake licenses. They are 12th class people. And they have managed fake licenses by giving lakhs of rupees. So this is what Pakistan is. Don't say there is a conspiracy. Nobody has got the time to do any conspiracy against you. You're worthless, which is why you're a failure. You're a failure because you're incompetent and you're worthless. Please understand that you're worthless. You'll only improve when you understand that you're worthless and you're an abject and an absolute failure. Okay, there is one Pakistani professor. This is great. I love this story a lot. So Sher Ali, he is the professor of biology in the Government Postgraduate College of Bannu in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Bannu is always in the news for wrong reasons like suicide bombings and TTP attacks. But this guy said that, he said that I apologize. He was surrounded by all these shady looking Maulvis, dangerous guys, each of them looking like a suicide bomber. And I saw that video and I would request the editor to play that video, please.
औरत का मर्दों के साथ इख्तिलात ज़रूरत के बगैर जायज़ नहीं, इसको मैं हद समझता हूँ। शरीयत इलाही के खिलाफ जितनी भी साइंस या अक़ली अफ़कारात नज़रियात है, इनको तमाम बातिल समझता हूँ। जैसे डार्विन का नज़रिया है। अब मज़कूरा बाला उम्र के खिलाफ मैंने जितनी बातें हैं, यानी डोमेल सेमिनार, लेक्चर और सोशल मीडिया पोस्टों और कमेंटों और दीगर मजालस में इन तमाम से बरियत का ऐलान करता हूँ और इस पर मैं और तौबा और माफ़ी का ऐलान करता हूँ।
Friends, did you see this video? Here this guy is saying that I condemn what, I condemn the Darwin's theory of evolution and I seek apology for Darwin's theory of evolution. And, basically, what he said was that he organized a seminar called Women's Rights in Islam and the Constitution. And, and there was a protest because people said that the local women were not adhering to Islamic dress codes. So religious circles and clerics strongly opposed the seminar, accusing Professor Sher Ali of promoting. You see, somebody would have just said that he's burnt a copy of the Quran or he has said something against Prophet Muhammad. They would have killed him. So this professor, Sher Ali, he got scared. And it's natural, anybody would get scared. So I don't even know why they are teaching science in Pakistan, because I have read, excerpts of their books, what they teach to their kids. And they say that, how did the earth come? So they're not teaching Big Bang Theory and all that, okay? They're saying, okay, Allah said that let there be the earth and there was the earth. And that is it. So how did the plants grow? Allah said, let plants grow. They teach all that stuff. And then they say that, nobody gives us jobs and why are Indian CEOs of Microsoft and Google, etc. Because when somebody asks you a question that, how do you program software and how does software get programmed? They'll say that it's divine intervention. Allah said, let there be software and there was software. So if you give these kind of funny answers, nobody's going to take you seriously. And this poor professor, I saw that video, you have seen that video. He's under stress. He's surrounded by these crazy guys. Any of them willing to press the button and disappear and vaporize himself and everybody around him. And he's apologizing. He said, I'm sorry, yaar. I'm sorry I taught the theory of evolution. It's absolutely wrong. Charles Darwin is an idiot. And that's it. So this is why Pakistan is in such a bad state, because it's not just that, they actually believe in this. Even in Hinduism, they say Brahmaji or Lord Brahma is the creator of the universe. Right? We believe that. In our homes, that is what we talk about. But you ask any kid about black holes, about the Big Bang Theory, about how the universe took birth, he will give you a scientific explanation. That is how. Religion is something that you have, one thing is faith and one thing is reason. And in India, they go side by side. So, ISRO scientists will go to the temple one day prior. They'll pray to God. They'll offer, whatever has to be offered. They'll seek blessings. And next day, they'll launch a world-beating mission to the moon. They'll launch Aditya L1. And NASA will say, what the hell are you guys up to here? How did you do it? This is amazing stuff. And then the media will tell you that no, one day prior they had actually gone, they'd gone to the temple. So it's all right. It's okay. But you must do both. You can't do one at the exclusion of the other. Then it's wrong. With Pakistan, the problem is that, if somebody teaches, then Pakistan says, we are not able to send Chandrayaan because if Sher Ali has to apologize, how will you ever send a Chandrayaan? How is it even possible? Think about it. Okay, with that we come to the question and answer session very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. And we have, the first one is that it's Ashali Verma. Hello Ashali ji. Why does US keep why does US keep funding Pakistan via IMF and the State Department? Pakistan has its uses. It's a useful pet. They want to keep on engaging with Pakistan, not because Pakistan is important, but Pakistan has its uses. Tomorrow, if they want to go back into Afghanistan, they want somebody to do their dirty work. You have to keep on paying that guy to do your dirty work. So Pakistan does not produce anything. Pakistan does not manufacture anything. Pakistan has nothing to offer to the world, except in a very narrow security context, which is why America always engages with Pakistan by giving them money, either directly or through IMF. Dr. Harshil Mehta. Hi, Harshil. Harshil, just WhatsApp me your questions, yeah. I don't know. Should India drag Canada to FATF for sympathetic behavior and providing safe havens? Of course. There is conversation going on, Harshil, and we hope to see good results. Canada will never enter FATF because it's part of the G7. And the white, west and wealthy countries will ensure that Canada doesn't go to FATF or in their grey list. But India must pressurize the world and tell the world that Justin Trudeau and the government of Canada supports terrorism, whether it's a radical Islamist or whether it is Khalistani. So ladies and gentlemen, with that we come to the end of today's video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.